Far out, my forehead looks so big. Here's one of the best ways I've learned to figure out what goes on up here, to understand our mindset so that we can actually move the needle forward. Because we consume a lot. We consume a lot on these damn phones, man. There's so much stuff, garbage all over the internet. Our brains can only consume so much. Best way I've found is to produce. Okay, right now I'm producing content instead of consuming content. But old school, as we call it, is getting a notebook and journaling, as gay as it sounds. Alright? So I've only got back into a practice of this recently. I used to do it for years, and then started doing it on my phone and my laptop, and started doing a heap of writing. So here you go, this is the first page, right? I don't know if you can read that. But it says, this is a book of a young man with dreams he strives to turn into reality. Welcome to his mind. And then, when I was an R&R, I spoke about how I quit a mentorship that didn't work for me anymore, and why I felt lost, or I was on an adventure. Look at this, mate. Look at this. Alright. We've never been taught how to do this as blokes, okay? So we've got heaps. The lighting is putrid here. Just notes on notes on notes, and that was for one of the days. And then I'm potentially doing a talk at work about mental health, which is awesome. So I just wrote about how I felt about that. And then of course, as we understand with the studies, when you're writing something down, okay, you've got your brain is connected to something physical, okay? Your body is also connected to the action of writing. So you're going from a thought into a physical action. Your brain tells you to take that physical action, and then you write what you're thinking about. You can't do it as fast as you talk, as fast as you can type, as fast as you can think. The action of writing, it becomes more intentional, and you write with more brevity. I'm sitting here stumbling on words and making mistakes because I'm thinking about 3 words ahead. So it actually helps you become more present. So then I did like these words of affirmation. Sounds a bit puffy, but like just talking about how like I'm connecting deeper. I'm more of me. I'm humble. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm alive. Right. And this stuff is not because of some structure that you've got to follow or anything. No, mate. This is just what feels good in the moment. Alright. We're all creative in some way. Right. Look at this. I went from writing capital letters to like full hectic, and then look at that, mate. Look at that. Look how it's a bit beautiful, right? And then I sign it, everyone. Okay, so this is just a thing that I do. Alright. It doesn't matter what it is, alright, that you when you have an outlet, okay, yes, we have the gym, that's great, you get into your body and you build reps physically. But there's also the mental reps. If you go to the gym and then you just laze around and you just scroll on the internet, on Snapchat and TikTok and all those fucking apps, it becomes, what do they call it? Oh mate, I've fully forgotten it. But your brain you're just numbing your brain. Okay, you're doom scrolling. It's not helping anything intentionally. Alright? So when you become a consumer, you're gonna be the person consuming all of the stuff. Alright? In other words, you're a fucking sheep. You're listening, you're consuming, you're not acting. Alright? It's like, if you want to learn how to swim, you don't just fucking read about it. You don't watch videos about it. You figure it out, you jump in, you act on it. Alright? I'm trying to get better at surfing on my R&Rs, right? First of all, it's freezing in WA. It's not like the East Coast. And Second of all, I'm pretty shit at it. Yeah, I watched Surf's Up to feel a bit better about myself and be a kid again. But did that teach me how to be a better surfer? Nah. Watching some penguins aren't gonna help me become a better surfer. Alright? So scrolling on this and consuming is not going to make you a better person. You might know more stuff and be able to have more conversations about more stuff, but you're not going to be a better person. Learning about the inner work and not doing the inner work doesn't make you a better person. Alright? Knowing about self-development and about courses and about all of this stuff doesn't make you a fucking better person. Acting does. Which is basically why the most of society shits on the gurus. Because those are the people that judge the gurus and the people that are just sharing educational content. They judge them because they don't do the inner work or act in general. That's why fat people judge people with abs, because they are actually judging the part of themselves that wants abs, or maybe doesn't want abs but just wants to feel better about themselves. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent. Find your thing, find your outlet. When we are in here, alright, when we're stuck in a room, this is one of my old co-workers, what do you call it, when he would open the door to the donga, to when we were doing exploration, when you open the door to the motel room, you open the door to your donga, what he was saying, it would open the door to your mind. And that's I don't know about you, but I've experienced some pretty fucked up things within my mind, and still do to this day, learning how to manage that. But once you're in this room, man, once you're with your thoughts, with the demons, when those things come up, they gotta go somewhere. Because if they're just drowned in doom scrolling and suppressed with drinking or food, alright, or distracted, you're distracting from your demons by going to the gym, not actually doing anything about them, by isolating yourself even more, not talking about what's going on. That is when you're gonna continually spiral, and you're gonna brush it all under the carpet, alright, until it gets so fucking big that one day you're gonna trip over the carpet and realize, oh shit, that's not working for me anymore. And a lot of the time, we push this stuff and suppress this stuff into our minds because we don't want to deal with it, because it's a little bit too hard, because we don't want to face the truth, alright? And yeah, I get it, it's fucking easier in the moment. Long term, what happens? It destroys our relationships. We lash out, we get pissed off with people, we throw things at work, alright? You lose your shit. You have too many drinks one night, you lose your shit. And that wasn't like you. Yeah, of course there's alcohol involved, but it's more than just beers, and you know that. You don't want today's small problems to be a problem at 35, 45, 55 years old, do you? Just because you didn't have an outlet. Just because you chose to suppress everything rather than actually deal with your shit. We've all got shit, we've all got baggage, we've all got struggles. But find a thing. Mine at the moment is journaling. Other times it's been filming content like a nutcase. It's writing, it's talking, it's jumping on the phone with your people, with your family. It's meditating for some people, it's breath work, it's I don't know, yoga, mate. Find your thing, bro. Find your thing. We talk about this a lot. Find your thing within purpose, within your life, with just like when you're in your 20s, you just gotta figure it out. You just gotta try new things and fuck around a little bit. Another video I did, fuck around and find out. You gotta do both of those things in tandem to get to a point where you have learned more. So find that outlet, bro, whatever that is, because if you don't have the outlet, you internalize everything, when you internalize everything, when you're in the middle of the desert in Western Australia, your R&R is going to be the place where it comes out. Or in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years time, where you least expect it, that hurts the people that you love most. So I'm just repeating myself, man, but this is what it's about. This is the inner work that nobody wants to do because it's hard and it's scary, and you've got to look at the parts of yourself that you don't want to. But it doesn't have to be like that. You just need to write some shit and talk about your feelings and talk to other people. Create. Stop consuming. Start producing. Peace.